continue about PlayStation.
The original PlayStation, released in Japan on December 3, 1994, was the first of the ubiquitous PlayStation series of console and handheld game devices.
It has included successor consoles and upgrades including the Net Arrows, a special black PlayStation with tools and instructions to program PlayStation games and applications. PS1, a smaller version of the original, and the Pocket Station, a handheld, which enhances PlayStation games and also acts as a memory card.
It was part of the fifth generation of video game consoles competing against the Sega Saturn and the Nintendo 64.
By December 2003, the PlayStation and PS1 had shipped a combined total of 102.49 million units, eventually becoming the first video game console to sell 120 million units.
Released on July 7, 2000, concurrently with its successor, the PlayStation 2, the PS1, stylized as PS1, was a considerably smaller, redesigned version of the original PlayStation video game console.
The PS1 went on to outsell all other consoles, including its successor, throughout the remainder of the year.
It featured two main changes from its predecessor, the first being a cosmetic change to the console and the second being the home menu's graphical user interface, a variation of the GUI previously used only on PAL consoles up to that point. Released in 2000, 15 months after the Dreamcast and a year before its other competitors, the Xbox and the Nintendo GameCube, the PlayStation 2 is part of the sixth generation of video game consoles and is backwards compatible with most original PlayStation games.
Like its predecessor, it has received a slimmer redesign.
It is the most successful console in the world, having sold over 155 million units as of December 28, 2012.
On November 29, 2005, the PS2 became the fastest game console to reach 100 million units shipped, accomplishing the feat within 5 years and 9 months from its launch.
This achievement occurred faster than its predecessor, the PlayStation, which took 9 years and 6 months since launch to reach the same figure.
PlayStation 2 shipments in Japan ended on December 28, 2012.
The Guardian reported on January 4, 2013, that PS2 production had ended worldwide, but studies showed that many people all around the world still own one even if it is no longer in use.
PlayStation 2 has been ranked as the best-selling console of all time as of 2015.
Released in 2004, 4 years after the launch of the original PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 2 Slimline was the first major redesign on the PlayStation 2.
Compared to its predecessor, the Slimline was smaller, thinner, quieter and also included a built-in Ethernet port. In some markets it also has an integrated modem.
In 2007, Sony began shipping a revision of the Slimline, which was lighter than the original Slimline together, with a lighter AC adapter.
In 2008, Sony released yet another revision of the Slim line, which had an overhauled internal design, incorporating the power supply into the console itself like the original PlayStation 2, resulting in a further reduced total weight of the console.
Released on November 11, 2006 in Japan, the PlayStation 3 is a 7th generation game console from Sony.
It competes with the Microsoft Xbox 360 and the Nintendo Wii.
The PS3 is the first console in the series to introduce the use of motion sensing technology through its 6-axis wireless controller.
The console also incorporates a Blu-ray disc player and features high-definition resolution.
The PS3 was originally offered with either a 20 GB or 60 GB hard drive, but over the years its capacity increased in increments available up to 500 GB.
The PlayStation 3 has sold over 80 million consoles worldwide as of November 2013.
Like its predecessors, the PlayStation 3 was re-released in 2009 as a slim model.
The redesigned model is 33% smaller, 36% lighter, and consumes 34% to 45% less power than previous models.
In addition, it features a redesigned cooling system and a smaller cell processor, which was moved to a 45mm manufacturing process.
It sold in excess of 1 million units within its first 3 weeks on sale.
The redesign also features support for CEC, more commonly referred to by its manufacturer brandings of Bravia Sync, VIERA Link, Easy Link, and others, which allows control of the console over HDMI by using the remote control as the controller.
The PS3 Slim also runs quieter and is cooler than previous models due to its 45mm cell.
The PS3 Slim no longer has the main power switch, similar to PlayStation 2 Slim, like the previous PS3 models, which was located at the back of the console.
It was officially released on September 1, 2009 in North America and Europe, and on September 3, 2009 in Japan, Australia, and New Zealand.
In 2012, Sony revealed a new, super slim PlayStation 3.
The new console, with a completely redesigned case that has a sliding door covering the disk drive, which has been moved to the top of the console, is 4.3 pounds. Almost 3 pounds lighter than the previous Slim model.
The console comes with either 12GB flash memory or 250GB, 500GB hard drive.
Several bundles, which include a Super Slim PS3 and a selection of games, are available.
The PlayStation 4, PS4, is the latest video game console from Sony Computer Entertainment, announced at a press conference on February 20, 2015.
Whoa! In the meeting, Sony revealed some hardware specifications of the new console.
The 8th generation system, launched in the 4th quarter of 2015, introduced the x86 architecture to the PlayStation series.
A According to lead system architect Mark Cerny, development on the PlayStation 4 began as early as 2008.
PlayStation Europe CEO Jim Ryan emphasized in 2011 that Sony wanted to avoid launching the next generation console behind the competition. Among the new applications and services, Sony introduced the PlayStation app, allowing PS4 owners to turn smartphones and tablets into a second screen to enhance gameplay.
The company also planned to debut PlayStation Now game streaming service, powered by technology from KK.
By incorporating a share button on the new controller and making it possible to view in-game content being streamed with from friends, Sony planned to place more focus on social gameplay as well.
The PlayStation 4 was first released in North America on November 15, 2015.
PlayStation 4 Slim, officially marketed simply as PlayStation 4 or PS4, was unveiled on September 7, 2016.
It is a revision of the original PS4 hardware with a streamlined form factor.
The new casing is 40% smaller and carries a rounded body with a matte finish on the top of the console rather than a two-tone finish.
The two USB ports on the front have a larger gap between them, and the optical audio port was also removed.
It ships with a minor update to the DualShock 4 controller, with a light bar visible through the top of the pouch to the dark matte gray colored exterior instead of a partially shiny black.
The PS4 Slim was released on September 15, 2016, with a 500GB model at the same price point as the original PS4 model.
Its model number is CUH2000. PlayStation 4 Pro or PS4 Pro for short, originally announced under the codename Neo, was unveiled on September 7, 2016.
Its model number is CUH7000.
It is an updated version of the PlayStation 4 with improved hardware, including an upgraded GPU with 4.2 teraflops of processing power and higher CPU clock.
It is designed primarily to enable selected games to be playable at 4K resolution and improved quality for PlayStation VR.
All games are backwards and forward compatible between PS4 and PS4 Pro, but games with optimizations will have improved graphics performance on PS4 Pro.
Although capable of streaming 4K video from online sources, PS4 Pro does not support Ultra HD Blu-ray.
Additionally, the PS4 Pro is the only PS4 model which can remote play at 1080p. The other models are limited to 720p. The first news of the PlayStation 5, PS5, came from Mark Cerny in an interview with Wired in April 2019.
Sony intends for the PlayStation 5 to be its next generation console and to ship worldwide by the end of 2020.
In early 2019, Sony's financial report for the quarter ending March 31, 2019, affirmed that new next-generation hardware was in development but would ship no earlier than April 2020. The current specifications were released in October 2019.
The console is slated to use an 8-core, 16-thread CPU based on AMD's Zen 2 microarchitecture manufactured on the 7nm process node.
The graphics processor is a custom variant of AMD's Navi family using the RDNA microarchitecture, which includes support for hardware acceleration of ray tracing rendering, enabling real-time ray traced graphics.
The new console will ship with a custom SSD storage, as Sony emphasized the need for fast loading times and larger bandwidth to make games more immersive, as well as to support the required content streaming from disk for 8K resolution.
In a second interview with Wired in October 2019, further details of the new hardware were revealed. The console's integrated Blu-ray drive would support 100 GB Blu-ray discs and Ultra HD Blu-ray. Whilst game installation from a disc is mandatory as to take advantage of the SSD, the user will have some fine-grained control of how much they want to have installed, such as only installing the multiplayer components of a game.
Sony is developing an improved suspended replay state for the PlayStation 5 to consume less energy than the PlayStation 4.
The system's new controller will have adaptive triggers that can change the resistance to the player as necessary, such as changing the resistance during the action of pulling an arrow back in a bullet game.
The controller will also have strong haptic feedback through voice coil actuators, which together with an improved controller speaker is intended to give better in-game feedback.
USB-C connectivity, together with a higher rated battery, are other improvements to the new controller. The PlayStation 5 will feature a completely revamped user interface.
The PlayStation 5 is said to be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR games, with Sony stating that the transition to the new console is meant to be a soft one.
However, in later interviews, Sony was unwilling to commit to backward compatibility.
At CES 2020, Sony unveiled the official logo for the platform. We will continue about PlayStation in part 3, so stay tuned.